F. Ali, initials F. Ali, from London, UK. Can one get married to a chaste, disbelieving woman, given that I can't find a practicing woman that's willing to marry a young man?
Question comes from the United Kingdom. Can I get married to a chaste, disbelieving woman because I cannot find a believing woman that's righteous, practicing, that will marry a young man? To keep things simple, I don't know if we have the timer tonight. We should have the timer, but to keep things simple, the permissibility of a Muslim man marrying a Jewish or Christian woman is permissible with conditions. With conditions. One of those conditions is that which was mentioned, that she be chaste, she not be a fornicatress. And if she had made zina, she made repentance, and she's no longer doing that. Another condition that's mentioned by the ulama of Islam regarding the permissibility of a Muslim man marrying a Jewish or Christian woman is that he has to be, or he must have, full dominance and control of any children to come. Any children to come. It cannot be a situation in which it's my child and it's your child. We'll raise the child together mutually. Maybe the child can grow and be a Christian. Maybe the child can be a Muslim. Let the child decide. One day the child will go to the synagogue. One day the child will go to the mosque. One day there'll be a bar mitzvah. One day there'll be Eid, so on and so forth. That cannot be. That's haram. And that's invalid. It has to be understood that this is my child, just like it's your child, but the child will be raised as a Muslim, taught as a Muslim, culturally cultivated as a Muslim. If you agree to this and you don't mind being my wife, I'll treat you kindly, I'll provide for you, I'll love you. I'm a Muslim, you're a Christian, you have your values, but this household, the child, things are as I say. If a woman agrees to that and she's fine with that, alhamdulillah. Tayyib, la bas. But in most cases in 2018, what woman is going to agree to this? Unless you find a woman that's extremely old-fashioned, that has true cultural values of the old, not the modern day people today. You're not going to find this. What do you mean? It's my child. I want to take the child, the birthday party. The child goes here, the child does that. So the people of knowledge, they mention these conditions. And they say if these conditions are not fulfilled, then you cannot marry a Jewish or a Christian woman. Everybody clear on this? Now, it's hard enough and it's difficult enough marrying a Muslim woman and properly raising the child. You differ with the woman. Woman differs, okay? With regards to how the child is going to be raised. You want the child to go to an Islamic school. The woman says, no, go to public school. You want the child to go to a public school, she says, has to go to an Islamic school. No matter how messed up the Islamic school may be, or what's lacking, etc., etc. So the Muslims themselves, unfortunately, have too many differences, and they can't agree on the color of water. They can't agree on the color of grass. In one household, in one city, in one borough, they can't agree on basic things, let alone a Muslim and a what? Non-Muslim. So it's very, very dangerous having a child in which the other half isn't Muslim. Extremely dangerous. And it's very plausible or possible for that child to be raised confused, extremely confused. Let alone a person say, I want to be a Muslim. I want to follow my mother's religion. I'm a Jew. I'm a Christian. Waliyadu billah. So that's something that's very dangerous and you have to be mindful of. As far as not having the ability to find a practicing Muslim woman, she won't marry a young man, then that's something that I haven't seen. That's something that I can't necessarily agree with. You may not have women in your locale. You may not have women how you want them to be. Height and weight, this and that, so on and so forth. Your specifications. You may have a problem. They don't have a problem with a young husband, but a young husband without a job. That's the problem. They may not have a problem with a young husband that has your issues. So, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, go back to our lecture on marriage in light of Kitab and Sunnah with regards to how to find the right spouse, or in reality, how to make the right spouse find you. Please go back to that, inshallah ta'ala. I wouldn't advise you to marry a Jewish or a Christian woman. unless it's an extreme condition in which a person fears of falling into zina. And Allah knows best.